Previously on the Rod Pedersen Show.
And then as we were going off the elevator and leaving the hotel yesterday, I got yanked into this Cincinnati news conference room, Bengals Mania, and they're like, we watch your show. Mo Egger's coming on the show tomorrow, right? And I'm like, how did you know that? How do you know who I am? And she said, I know everything. She's throwing lanyards around my neck, passes, and do this, do that. And then we went to the airport to greet the Bengals. Over to you, Moose.
Oh, my gosh. So we were invited by the NFL, as other media were too, for the Bengals' arrival. And there was going to be no chance for interviews, just photos. But that was all the details. Didn't tell you where they were going to be, what was going on. So we went to the airport nice and early, and we're repping around arrivals. I'm like, well, okay, well, they're not going to be coming in the main terminals. Where are they going to be coming in? So drop me off. I'll go find out. Well, he drops me off at Singapore Air.
I did.
Am I going to find any information at Singapore? So I start walking. Goes from Singapore to Japan Air to the Emirates Air. I'm like, none of these people can help me. So I keep working around. Both information kiosks have nobody working at them. Anyways, rip out my phone, and within 5 minutes, I learned that the most popular airport for private and chartered flights in L.A. is Van Nuys Airport, not LAX.
We're at the wrong airport. I asked you for the time, not how to build the watch.
Crazy.
Get ready for the Rod Pedersen Show.
Shaquille O'Neal is returning to the city where he helped the Lakers win 3 straight championships. This time, Shaq, who moonlights as DJ Diesel, will host his carnival-themed Shaq's Funhouse, his upcoming event, which features performances by Lil Wayne. Shaq said he wants to bring Funhouse back with a splash, where several attractions will be built, including a human claw machine, Ferris wheel, and 80-foot slide.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It absolutely is. Welcome to the RP Show, everybody. What a day. We're coming in hot on this Thursday, February the 10th. It's daytime sports talk coming your way from Super Bowl 56 here in Los Angeles. And we continue to broadcast live from the Westin LAX International Airport. It's another one of those days where why would I even go to bed thinking about what we're going to talk about on the show the next day, because so much has gone down. I've had to update my show topics, Darren Moose Dupont, if we can bring in the co-host and owner of the show here. I've had to update this many, many times today, this morning already, with what's going on. And I don't have the bell here because Darren said put the breaking news bell away. It'll echo all through the spacious lobby here. But there is breaking news today. You want to hit the horn or something, guys? I don't know. Something big. Yeah, something. Breaking news today. The Edmonton Oilers have fired head coach Dave Tippett. And I said, you know, Moose, we could do 2 hours of this talk on Tippett being fired. He's like, why don't we?
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess we could, but we are at Super Bowl, and coming up on the program today, just so you know, I didn't even write it down. We got Cameron Judge of the Calgary Stampeders here right at the Westin. We've got Dan Moriarty, the star of NHL Cool Shots. I think Barry Long from Go Long from Coachella Valley Live. That's all coming up. But we're going to get into this Oilers thing right now. You see, I'm all out of sorts here.
I know.
And I feel like I've been up since early enough, 5 a.m. out here, but I'm not ready to go. Like, I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Because you wake up and you're like, okay, what were all the Super Bowl hijinks we got up to yesterday, and what's going on in the game? And then you're like, you check your notifications, and it's like zing, zing, zing. Oh, my gosh. Now I got to dig into this. Completely change your train of thought.
I just want to tell the boys at home before we get into the Oilers talk. My screen, I can only see me. I can't see Darren. So if you guys can have a look at that, I don't know how to change it. So if you guys can do that back in the millennium.
That's an us issue.
It's an us
We'll
issue?
fix it in the commercial break.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I can see you here.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
From the Canadian Press News Wire, the Edmonton Oilers have fired head coach Dave Tippett after beginning the season 16-5. The Oilers went 7-13-3 and dropped down the standings to 5th in the NHL's Pacific Division. They've lost 2 games in a row, including a 4-1 loss Wednesday to the Chicago Blackhawks. The 60-year-old Tippett was hired as Edmonton's head coach in May of 2019. So last night at Rogers Place, Alex DeBrincat had a goal and 2 assists as Chicago scored on its first 2 shots of the game, and they beat the Oilers 4-1. Leon Draisaitl scored for Edmonton, who have lost 2 in a row, as mentioned, and have just 3 wins in their last 11. Mike Smith had 26 saves. Normally, every day on the RP show, we do the NHL one-timers from last night, but I'm stopping. We're only going to talk about that game for now. And Terry Jones, the ageless and peerless Terry Jones, who's in every Hall of Fame imaginable for media, saying this morning, so let me get this straight, Ken Holland's never fired a coach midseason ever. And he's firing Dave Tippett now because Ken couldn't get him a goalie? Listen, Dave Tippett's from the Saskatchewan hockey Tippett family. So I've got my feelers out this morning, and I said, I'm waiting for the inside story, guys, because I know there is one. This makes absolutely no sense, other than to say you can't fire 20 players, you can fire 1 coach, but it still doesn't make any sense. Jay Woodward's taking over. The coach of the American Hockey League team, the Oilers minor league team, he's taking over. When you got Glenn Gulutzan sitting right there, he was the natural choice to me. And that's our poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center. Did you tweet it?
It's tweeted.
Who should coach the Edmonton Oilers? And we just threw out 3 big names. Joel Quenneville, Mike Babcock, John Tortorella, or other. Fire away. Have at it, Haas. Ken Holland just said they weren't going to fire anybody. What was that, a month ago?
Less
Less than a month ago. We're not going to fire anybody. Then they bring in Evander Kane. That worked out for a while. They're shooting up flares. And then they're fizzing out and going down. And so I guess Darren Dreger broke the story this morning, this first that I saw, that Dreg's saying that Tippett's out at Edmonton. I said, it's official. Nobody can make the Edmonton Oilers win. That's all I have to say about that.
You know, you look at how they played at the beginning of the year, and you thought, this is almost the perfect group. Added some pieces in the back end.
No, they never had a goalie.
No, but they were winning, and they were getting some goaltending. Mike Smith was okay at the beginning. Then he went down and got hurt. Now he's back, right? They're still not winning. I mean, sometimes when you get into the funk, it's so hard to get out of it. And Paul Maurice said it from Winnipeg. You push those buttons, and sometimes you don't get the same result anymore. So maybe he got it at the beginning, and he's not getting it now. But it's also a little bit of a desperation move with Ken Holland signaling that, okay, what we saw at the beginning of the year, this is a playoff team. This should be a cup contending team. So we need to make a move to try and squeeze as much juice out of this in the short term as possible. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if this group can turn it around in time to make the playoffs.
Let's bring in the comments from the viewers. Let's all sit around and have coffee today and talk about this. The Oilers fired Dave Tippett this morning. Shoot, we haven't even got around to Dominic Ducharme in Montreal yet.
I know.
Because we got thoughts on that. But we're a Western Canadian heavy base show. That's what our analytics and numbers show. We're very big in Edmonton and obviously Alberta, where they're watching on Game Plus television across the Telus Optic TV cable carrier. This just popped up. I'm going to vote for Babcock in the poll that I came up. I think it should be Glenn Gulutzan, but they don't ever consult me, Darren. I don't understand why.
I think the other's going to win. Based on that, I do. I think the other
field.
I think the field will win. Although I think if you're going, we know from what we understand, Babcock's not leaving the U of S. Although their season will be done in March. So I don't think he's going to go this year. If they decide to hire somebody this year, if you need somebody now, I would go with Tortorella in the short term.
Flames fans, you're not allowed to answer this.
How about that?
Go do something else for a while. I see the Flames fans are writing in with who they... Stop!
You don't get an opinion.
You're fine. You're good. So, and because Dave Tippett's a close friend, good friend anyways, I mean, I'm taking a little bit of... John in Edmonton says, is it hate on Oilers day to day? John, you take that stuff out of here. We're not the problem. Your hockey team's the problem. Okay? So don't come at us. It's not going to matter who the coach is of the Edmonton Oilers. I can't. I bang on them, but I got blue and orange coursing through my vein. I just do, right? You don't ever really forget that. So it just disappoints me that there's such a grease fire. He said we could spend all day on it, and I feel like we should.
We can.
But yeah, oh, man. So the options, Babcock, Quenneville, Tortorella, and of course, Moose is like, really, Quenneville? I said, why not? It'll get him talking.
That's right.
But it should be, it probably should be far. Jay Woodward, we didn't even know who that was. He's the next guy they're slipping a noose onto his neck. Oh, Woodcroft, whatever. Oh, I've read too much today because Jonathan Woodward, Saskatchewan Roughriders defensive lineman from last year, is signed in the NFL.
How
You know
about
what I mean?
that?
When you get up too early, sometimes I say to Moose, I got up too early. I forgot what the topics were we're getting right about.
I know.
I should come up with them just before we go to air.
Right.
Anyways, we welcome in the comments from the Oiler fans today. And this weekend, we're heading back to Alberta, and there'll be a heck of a lot more hockey talk. So that's right out of the gate. That's the thing. I guess my statement is just simply, no one can make the Oilers win. Do you want to put that on my tombstone as well? The one that's going to, my tombstone is going to be as high as the Eiffel Tower with all the quotes that I want on there. But the latest is, no one can make the Edmonton Oilers win. And it's too bad. I'm not making fun of them. It's fact. Now, moving on, I got written down, well, again, Canada played hockey at the Olympics this morning. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Ben Street had a goal and a helper as Canada's Olympic men's hockey team stormed out of the gate before cruising to a 5-1 victory over Germany at the Beijing Games. Enough about that. Back to the NHL. Michael Backlund had a goal and 3 assists, and Jacob Markstrom stopped 28 shots for his league-leading 8 shutout for Calgary as they blanked Vegas 6-0. So there's the hockey taken care of. To Super Bowl. Here's the official stuff, and then we'll get into the fun stuff here on the warm-up and our coverage of Super Bowl. Our coverage from Los Angeles is brought to you by PCL Construction Limited. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor says he's optimistic about the progress of C.J. Uzomah and what he's doing with his injured knee. Even as Cincinnati kept the starting tight end out of practice yesterday, Taylor said Uzomah likely will work at practice tomorrow with the Bengals, taking advantage of having 3 days of work left to see where the veteran is before the Super Bowl against the Rams. Again, this is the tight end for the Bengals that neither Jeff Reinbold nor I could remember his name. He's the big 83, isn't he? Uzomah. We don't even know who these guys are. Uzomah played only 9 snaps in the AFC Championship game before hurting his knee. Meanwhile, at his annual Super Bowl news conference, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was grilled on 2 hot topics that have put the league under heavy scrutiny: racism and discrimination in hiring. A week after Dolphins head coach Brian Flores, a black man, filed a lawsuit alleging both racism in the league and being offered by money by team owner Stephen Ross to tank games, the commissioner vowed action on several fronts, saying, "We won't tolerate racism. We won't tolerate discrimination." All I would say to that, Commissioner Roger Goodell, is money talks, BS walks. Let's see some proof. Say all you want. The game that Dolphins game that I went to with Marino.
Yeah, I remember.
Goodell was there, and he brushed past me, and I couldn't get my phone out of my pocket quick enough to get a good picture of Goodell. But Gil Scott, agent to the Stars, he's like, "I got you." He took the picture and texted it to me, so that's good.
Yeah.
So watch your toes. We're going to drop some names here as we talk about Super Bowl in the warm-up. You got the photo there, Clark. You want to throw it up? This was our day yesterday. I didn't even know where to start. Again, I can't see it. What are they showing there, Darren?
Yeah, they got you and Irv.
Yeah.
You and the playmaker. So how was it?
As a gentleman said to me on Twitter when I posted that photo, every Cowboy fan's dream. I lived it yesterday, meeting the playmaker. And you were there.
Yeah.
How nice a guy could he have been?
Well, I mean, he's the best, right?
He is.
He's the best. The smile is genuine, right? He's got all the time in the world for you. And, wants to know who you are and what you're doing and what you're all about. And genuine, like he's that kind of a guy.
I got to tell you something about the National Football League, and I've realized this. We've been working with them for a couple of years now in various capacities. Everybody is in a good mood in the NFL. I mean, everybody. I think everybody's grateful just to be working in the NFL. You know what I mean? And they feel that it's some sort of badge that they carry or an honor to represent the National Football League positively in a positive light. Irv is an example of that. And all the guys, who did we see yesterday? Deebo Samuel, Mike Tannenbaum. We saw
Pat
Bart
McAfee.
Scott.
We saw Pat McAfee.
Solomon Wilcots.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
And Bob Marjanovic.
The most.
And we saw, the only other Canadians that were there, and we saw a few other people. It was great.
So it's somewhat new to me, and these Bengals people are swaying me. You notice what I'm wearing today. I bought this Super Bowl shirt yesterday, got the Bengals thing on it. They gave me the pass. They've given me all these bumper stickers to take home and distribute to everybody. It's just, they're all, come on in, putting their arm around you. It's nice.
Feels good to be in the NFL.
And welcome. And you said it yesterday. You said we're entry-level NFL media. Almost as if that was some sort of an insult. I thought about it overnight. I got up this morning and I'm like, Moose, I'll take it. Because we got to the top of the CFL media food chain. What's the next natural progression? Going to the National Football League. I'm more than happy to be entry-level NFL media with the way that they're treating us. We're clearly treating it with the reverence with which it deserves, and I'm here for it.
I amended it this morning to say we're rookies. We're rookies, and this is rookie camp, and, you're looking around. You're not kind of going too crazy. You're looking and just kind of earning your place, right? And next year we'll be sophomores, and we'll be able to have a little more leeway, right? And then by year 3, we'll be veterans.
We're going to the Super Bowl every year, and he's already planning his own party in Arizona next year, just to let that out of the bag. Oh, wait, I don't want to take a break, but we will take a break. Coming up on the program today, Cameron Judge, Calgary Stampeders linebacker, will join us right here at the Westin LAX. Also, Dan Moriarty from NHL Cool Shots, Barry Long from Go Long. I got to tell you a couple things, though. There's nothing like the NFL playoffs. Move over, Bills Mafia. It's time for Balls Mafia with our sponsors of today's show, Manscaped. They are here to remind you that the recipe for success in the playoffs is to protect your franchise quarter balls. The road to the Super Bowl is never easy, but the road to your Super Bowls is just a few clicks away. Take the Lambeau leap and join the over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use promo code RP20 for 20% off plus free shipping. Manscaped's where it's at. It came up in my Facebook memories today. They've been with us for 1 year as of today. Manscaped have been with us. So we appreciate that. Don't screw around with clanky razors and clippers. This battery operated, specifically designed for this use. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show from the Westin LAX Los Angeles Airport Hotel. It's brought to you by PCL Pro Construction Limited. And you're watching on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
We're live from Los Angeles, and our coverage from Super Week is brought to you by PCL, the flexibility to mobilize the right people to deliver unique construction solutions, an unwavering focus on delivering value to your business bottom line, and the capability to leverage innovation to meet emerging challenges and keep you at the fore. This is PCL, powered by our culture of ownership. So it's a common LA thing we've learned, and I'm very quickly learning to adapt. My whole life, that's been the benchmark of my life, Moose. Cameron Judge, Los Angeles kid, UCLA product. Calgary Stampeders linebacker has got a word to producer Clark that he is stuck in traffic.
Okay.
So he's on his way, but you just can never really expect anybody to be on time in this town, and that's fine. Traffic is insane. Mo Egger from ESPN Cincinnati saying he'll never complain about Cincinnati traffic again after driving one day in this. One day in, I'm over it. And, this guy, la-di-da yesterday, he's like, well, I don't mind it. I'm like, you haven't driven in it. He sits in the back, Johnny Toronto, with his shades on his phone. Of course, you like it. You're being driven around here like the King of Sheba.
And I roll my window down just to look out the window.
You're like a dog out the window. I'm driving.
It's
crazy.
It's not bad. The thing that, you start appreciating from back home and even in different places across Canada and smaller markets in the U.S. is the predictability of your drive. I got 15 minutes to get where I need to go. Doesn't matter if there's traffic. It maybe makes it to 17 minutes. Well, a 20-minute drive can become 45 minutes in a hurry out here, I've learned.
At some point, we'll get around to the Super Bowl talk, other than to say, I don't know if you saw, the LA Rams moved their practice from where it was initially supposed to be. They moved it to Rose Bowl because it's too windy here today. There's a wind warning today.
McVay said there was an extra 8 miles an hour of wind, which to us in the wind capital is like nothing. But he's like, look, it'd be different if those were the conditions for the game. But those won't be the conditions inside SoFi. So why would we practice in them when you can't throw and do what we need to do? So they moved it into the Rose Bowl, and I think it's fine. This is like one of the hottest weeks they've had out here in a while.
Yeah, it's in the mid to high 80s. Pray for us. to the text line, the 902-518-3033 text line. Don Beckler, Bengals fan, writes in. He says, looking great today, Rod. Who day? Nobody's going to supplant the Dallas Cowboys as my favorite team, but maybe the Bengals will be my AFC team, right?
Yeah.
Love the shirt, love the gear. They've adorned me with all this stuff, the Bengals people. They're like, come on in. From the Jug, he writes in, he says, hey, Roddy, it's the Jug. 5 of 7 Canadian teams have fired their coach in the last 12 months. DJ Smith and Sheldon Keefe, now grizzled veterans behind the bench. Yep. Shane McGowan, watching on Game Plus Television in Winnipeg, says, great show. Enjoy my hometown, boys. You remember Shane?
Yeah.
He's a mental strength coach, but he's also built like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in some way all over the place here. My cousin Christine is watching in Medicine Hat, and she says, firing the coach, I don't think was the answer. I'm almost wondering if Ken Holland has forgotten how to do his job. What's happened to Ken Holland? He knows better than this. This is my point. When I sent a text message to my various spies in the Tippett family, all of whom are named Tippett, I'm like, guys, I need the inside story here. There clearly was some sort of power struggle going on in Edmonton. There's more than meets the eye here. Oh, and by the way, I see a back and forth on Twitter between Dustin Nielsen of TSN and Jason Struds. Dustin saying that it's Tippett's fault making Mike Smith start back-to-back nights. He played Tuesday, he played Wednesday, and he allowed the first 2 goals on the first 2 shots last night against Chicago. That's Tippett's fault. And Strudwick writing in going, really? Which check did Dave miss? They're snipping at each other up there in Edmonton. So, Shockey Hockey and I were discussing this last week in Calgary, or 2 weeks ago. Perry asked Hockey. He goes, you can't play back-to-back games. Glenn Hull played 502 consecutive games with the Chicago Blackhawks. And by the way, on a diet of beer and steak. These guys with all their recovery things and all you can't play back-to-back home games. Stop it. At home?
How about that?
Mike Smith is awful. Been telling you since day one. He didn't used to be, but he is now. Put that on Tippett. Give me a break.
Shockey was talking about Glenn Hall, and I was there, He played over 500 consecutive games. Odds are there was a few back-to-backs, he said.
You're laughing about that now.
Yeah, for sure. It is a different breed, absolutely, of player and goaltender. And if you have a backup, the backups are better now than they've ever been. So if you can have a backup at 100% rather than a starter at 90%, you go that way. But still, the top goaltenders and your number one should be able to play the odd back-to-back game.
It's a joke. Come on. That's Dave Tippett's fault. Mike Smith can't play back-to-back home games on consecutive nights. Give me a break. Habs for Life, he's watching on YouTube in Vancouver, and he says Dave Tippett is a great coach. He won't be out of work long. I don't know if Dave Tippett will ever coach again. He wasn't going to coach again. He took this Edmonton opportunity. We just discussed it the other day because it was Edmonton, Canadian market, coveted job, and the chance to coach Connor McDavid. This was special. As one of these notes said, the Oilers have never missed the playoffs under Dave Tippett. He does not deserve to be fired. But I do have a lot of respect for Ken Holland. Let's not forget who broke the story about him becoming the GM. This guy, there's more to this story, is what I'm getting at. And I don't know what it is. I'll find out from the Tippett clan, but there's got to be more to this story.
Panic, a little bit of panic. I really think there's a lot of panic here.
Oh,
you're hitting the chute, and the plane isn't close to the ground yet, right? But it's going down, and it's panic. And this team is a good hockey team. We saw that. They've gone through stretches, and it's trying to get this team into the playoffs and win a Stanley Cup. But you know what? You have to find out if it's the coach's message that wasn't getting through, or was it a lack of goaltending, a deficiency on the roster, or something else. Maybe this group just caught fire and put everything together, and it was really unpredictable for them to go on the run they did at the beginning of the year. I don't think so. I think they're a good team, but I don't know. I don't think Dave Tippett's the issue, but we're going to find out if they don't turn this around right away. And you know what? Just because they'll come out of this and put 3 or 4 wins together doesn't mean they're out of it. Every team does that when the coach gets fired. Every team does that.
Let's welcome in the fans, the viewers. Jennifer from the Four Seasons, big Oilers fan. She says, I don't agree with starting Smith against Vegas. I would have started him against Chicago, though. That's cool. That's armchair coaching. It's good. You just signed him to a 2-year deal. He's your guy. Okay? The rubber meets the road. He should be able to play. Talked to Kelly Rudy about this. I talked to the guys in Florida about this, the hockey guys down there. They're like, yeah, when did it become a thing that you can't play back? Eberle and I talked about it.
Right.
I said, you played back-to-back nights, Eds. You played last night in Tampa and tonight in Florida. Why can't the goalie? Oh, yeah. You're right.
Right.
It just became a thing. That's what you do. You don't swing on a 3-0 pitch. And if you do, my God, Fernando Tatis,
look out.
You're disrespecting the game. Somehow, not starting a goalie on back-to-back nights, consecutive 2 nights, is a thing you don't do. Really? Because you're playing your ass off here. Dave Tippett, as it turned out, was coaching for his job.
Yeah.
Mike Smith let him down, and they're blaming Dave Tippett. And I'm not going to go, Dustin Nielsen can say what he wants in Edmonton. He's clearly never been a Dave Tippett fan. He's been on his ass pretty much since day one. Are you going to tie this on him? Even Strudwick doesn't believe that. Max Hardwick watching on YouTube. Tippett is a great coach. There must be a serious meltdown going on behind the scenes in the organization there in Edmonton. That's what I'm saying. There's more to this than meets the eye. I don't think Holland wanted to fire Dave.
No, I don't think
They're
so.
They're good friends. John Ohm watching in Winnipeg. He says, get John Robert Tortorella up to Edmonton. He'll raise a few eyebrows. Love to see him coach the #1 player in the world. I don't think Tortorella is the answer anywhere. John goes on to say on LA traffic, he says, sit 2 hours in your car on the I-10 and not move in California. Been there, done that. I'm not interested. This guy seems to like it. From James in Manitoba, Rod is the answer in Winnipeg. The team needs a new voice. What are you talking about, James?
I'm not sure.
You lost me there.
Me too.
Pink's watching. Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s. Remember when the Oilers offered more money for Jacob Markstrom, but he said no? And is sleeping nice with his 8 shutouts in Cowtown? Was that a thing? Did the Oilers specifically offer more for Jacob Markstrom? I'm not saying that's not right, but I don't really remember that's how it went down. Somebody tell me.
Yeah.
I follow the Oilers fairly closely. I don't remember that being a thing. Jim Wagner watching in Balgoni says, nice rant, Roddy. Watch out for flying pens. Yikes. Fired up. Love it. I'm just saying enough's enough. Let's cut through the BS. When you're coaching and playing for your life, you should be able to start a goalie in back-to-back nights. And, you need to stop and think about this. Even the NHL people are going, yeah, wait a minute. When did this become a thing? I don't want to be that guy, that old stuck in the past his prime guy, because we all know those guys. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not saying today's hockey is Glenn Hall. But not only did the guy play 502 consecutive games, he did it without a mask.
I know.
Wouldn't even hurt.
I know.
Mike Smith can't play back-to-back games. Come on, this is Tippett's fault. Stop the world, I want to get off.
They would even ask Glenn if he wants to play again the next day.
It was just expected.
It was just assumed, yeah.
Maybe Glenn Hall should start for the Edmonton Oilers. What is he, 88?
He might be okay.
Hold my beer, said Glenn Hall.
Yeah.
John in Edmonton writing in, he says, on the 902 line, he says, Edmonton has at least one winning hockey team, the Oil Kings, and they have a goalie that's pretty good. Yeah, Sebastian Cossa, first-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings. I still feel like we're sitting here trying to get to the bottom of this, and we haven't really gotten anywhere.
I think also in this, Ken Holland is seeing everything become really fragile. Imagine this world and the Edmonton Oilers organization if they don't make the playoff. You've got your key core. That's not changing, right, in terms of the players. But you're going to blow up the whole organization, no? Or you're going to think about it. Or at least you're going to have a summit, and it's going to be a major catastrophe if this team doesn't. They're talking about Stanley Cups, right? That they're right on the verge of being a team that can maybe contend annually or perennially for a Stanley Cup. And if they miss the playoffs, it'll be a disaster.
As an Oiler fan, they're clearly worried and scared. They should be, because here's why. Not even a month ago, Ken Holland, we're not firing anybody or making short-term knee-jerk moves. Less than a month later, Dave Tippett fired.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're not inspiring any confidence with your club or your fan base or anybody. It shows how hot the heat's getting there. We're going to take a timeout, our coverage from Los Angeles. I swear we will talk Super Bowl at some point. Can you put up the photo of me and Michael Irvin again, please? Because I don't know if we're ever going to be able to do that again. So do you have it there? It's me and Irv. Let's talk about what he and I talked about yesterday. Me and Irv, my new best friend, the playmaker. And we're into Taco Time Viewer Takeover 2. They're not tater tots. They're Mexi fries. And as you can see, I love them. We'll be right back to the Westin LAX Los Angeles International Airport Hotel after this timeout. Cam Judge on the way here at the hotel, and NHL Cool Shots Dan Moriarty and Barry Long from Go Long from Coachella Valley Live. You're watching on Game Plus Television, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game. A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Welcome back live, everybody, to the Westin LAX Los Angeles Airport Hotel. Super Bowl coverage brought to you by PCL Construction Limited. So we spent 40 solid minutes on the Edmonton Oilers firing Dave Tippett. Jay Woodcroft is their new head coach. We swing it in an entirely new direction here. And we've got Cam Judge, the newest star member of the Calgary Stampeders, formerly the Argos, Saskatchewan Roughriders, and UCLA Bruins. Here come the Judge. How you doing, Cam?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm so happy you came down here. How was the drive?
It's typical LA fashion, a little bit of traffic.
You should be used to that. You were born and raised here, right?
I moved back here when I was about 11 years old. I lived in BC for 6-7 years.
Hence the non-import status.
Yeah, there you go.
So, listen, this deal with Calgary, you got to tell me how it came about and how excited you are.
Oh, man, yeah, I cannot wait to get out there. It's a place I've held in high respect since I entered the league. They've earned that right at this point. But, it kind of happened out of nowhere, I was kind of ready to kind of slow play the process. I was kind of undecided still what I wanted to do. It was kind of all over the place. And then I got on the call with Coach Dickey, and it seemed like everything cleared up like right away. And, it just made too much sense for me to sign there. So, I really enjoyed my conversation with them, and pretty much after that, it was a done deal.
Were there any other teams in the mix, or was it going to be Calgary right from the jump?
I've been talking to Toronto again a little bit, and then I heard from Coach Jones as well. But, Calgary, they kind of came out of nowhere. Like I said, I was kind of just planning on waiting to make a decision, but, yeah, like I said, I couldn't pass it up.
Right. Now, listen, you look nervous. We're just chatting, you and me. We've been friends a long time. Your gal has to be involved here. This is a direct flight, Calgary to LA. Be honest. Right? Or Vegas. Is she in Vegas or Calgary?
She's in Vegas.
She's in whatever. Direct flight. This had something to do with that, correct?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely some easy travel, finally, before she actually had to stop there before coming to Regina. And then Toronto, it's a pretty long flight time, so she's definitely excited for it. We went to Calgary one time for vacation, too, and she loves it out there. So
wonderful town. And listen, I don't want to sit here and spend the whole interview talking about her, but she is Las Vegas PD. Like, you guys as a couple are somewhat of an inspiration to me. You seem so happy, and let's break it down. How does she feel about this deal?
Oh, she's really excited for me. She can't wait. She definitely travel in the city. She gets some benefits of it, too, so it was just a perfect fit, for where my life is right now and things I'm trying to do going forward. So, yeah, I'm just really excited as she is.
Good for that. I'm genuinely happy for you, as you can tell. Now, what's the last few years been like for you? You got through COVID. That couldn't have been easy. And then the one season with Toronto seemed like a hell of a lot of fun, man. You guys had a good team over there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There was so much talent on that team. Every day going out to practice, it was a competition, and you're getting better with the guys around you. So, it was a good experience coming back after COVID to be able to play again. It was unfortunate getting injured, missing some time. But, you know, it was good getting to know a new group of guys in the league, and, yeah, it was a good time.
How much did the defense change when Jones showed up from what it was?
Yeah, you know, he didn't completely come and overhaul it. You know, he kept some things the same as, you know, the previous coordinators. But there was some of the similar stuff we did in Sask as well, so I was a little familiar with it. So it wasn't too crazy to keep up with.
Mm-hmm. What's it going to be like in Calgary? Like when you're signing as a free agent or looking at other teams, do you look at schemes? Do you look at personnel? It obviously goes into your decision. How much goes into your decision?
I mean, it played a pretty big part. I mean, I definitely like what I see when I watch Calgary's defense play and talking to Dickey, what their mindset is and their scheme and what their goals are as a defense. It kind of fit in with what I like to do and what I think I'm pretty good at. So I think it's a good match, and I can't wait for that.
Well, it seems like there was a huge outpouring from Stampeders fans and media too, which they don't normally get into this kind of thing, but they were all so excited to have you sign. The welcome to Calgary must feel good.
Oh, yeah, it felt great. Yeah, I mean, it feels like home already, and I haven't even been there. So, I can't say it enough how excited I am to get there. And, I feel really welcomed by the city and the team. And, yeah.
It was a shortened season last year, 14 games, but you went through the training camp. You were in Guelph, right? And then the shortened season. Is there a big difference between the East Division and West Division in the CFL, or is it all just football?
I think there's a difference, yeah, especially me being a West Coast guy. I mean, I can start off with saying the time difference is a little different.
I remember when you signed, you said you'd never lived out in the Eastern time zone, right?
Exactly.
So how long did it take for that?
I don't know if I ever fully got used to watching football games past midnight. But, yeah, so things like that, and then you have all on the same sideline, like little things like that, but I think they can add up to you get a little different feel when you're on the East compared to the West.
Yeah. So you're off season now training. So you and Alex Singleton, how long have you guys been friends?
We've been friends probably since 2017, 2018, I think it was. Yeah, because, we played against each other in high school, but we never really knew each other. And then we reconnected, there's the word, at the gym that we work out at now when I was in Sask and he was in Calgary. So ever since then.
So he's a Thousand Oaks guy?
Yeah.
You too? Or where are you at?
I live there right now, yeah. That's where I stay at right now. So.
Yeah, so did he chime in on you signing with Calgary, by the way? Did he have some influence on that? That wouldn't be tampering. Yeah. I think we can get away with that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't any. I mean, I just told him, I was like, I'm talking to Dickey after this, and, he's just like, oh, yeah, like, he'd do that. Like, you'll like what he has to say, so he didn't really even have to do too much. And then the next day, he's like, I think it was the next day, maybe 2 days later, he's like, I walk in, he's like, oh, what's up, Stampeder? And I was like, how'd he know? But then I told him, I was like, yeah. And he's like, he was kind of, he didn't know, but he was just like, that's what happens when you talk to them. Like, it's hard to say no,
No kidding. Yeah, absolutely. Well, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Super Bowl 56 with Cam Judge and get his take on the Bengals and Rams, a little more about his story, and then we'll let you get going. And coming up in hour 2, Dan Moriarty, NHL Cool Shots. He's here already. The day is coming together so well. Yes. We're at the Westin LAX, and our coverage brought to you by Pro Construction Limited. You're watching on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Super Bowl 56 here in sunny Southern California. It is a bit of a heat wave, I guess, mid to high 80s. Wind warnings, they say, today in Los Angeles has caused the Rams to move their workout from SoFi Stadium to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And we're going to talk some ball now, some NFL with Cam Judge, the newest Calgary Stampeder. And I guess, obviously, Rams-Bengals, that's the talk. The Bengals, Cam, have swayed me. I came into the week cheering for the Rams, but they're giving me all this gear. Why wouldn't you? I can be bought. You know that. So, who are you cheering for, number one?
It's almost same with me. I want to go with the Rams, the hometown team, but, it's hard to go against Joe Burrow and what they got going on over there. It's fun to watch. So, I think I'm Team Bengals this week.
Okay, and so that's who you're cheering for. Who do you think will win?
I think they will win it. I think they will. I think they just got something going right now. They got some magic.
Well, so here's the thing. I came here Saturday. Wasn't much talk about the game. It was all about Brian Flores and the racial allegations and the tanking. What happened? Did we lose his feed there for a sec? Okay. So that was the talk. And now it's switched around, thankfully, to the game. And the pressure that's on the Rams is the hometown team. And have you heard that all year? Just because I didn't until I got here. And now it's all that I hear is the Rams don't want to be the first team to play in the Super Bowl and lose. Have you heard any of that? Have you sensed any of that?
Not really. I haven't really heard too much chatter around. I'm mostly just home in the gym since I've been back.
You've always been a homebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not out and about. But could you just imagine the pressure?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. First year in that big old nice stadium, home team, Super Bowl. Yeah, it's all the pressure you could ever imagine.
Okay, I'm interested in why you think the Bengals will win. They've got momentum. Obviously, momentum's a very big thing in football. But this is an all-star team they're playing, Cam, on Sunday that was assembled for this moment. So can momentum overcome talent?
I think sometimes it can. Yeah. I think the answer to that is Joe Burrow. I mean, Mr. Cool. So I just love watching him play. You know, I don't think I could catch myself rooting against him. So, yeah, I'm sticking with my choice on the Bengals.
How have your predictions gone in the NFL playoffs, by the way? Because nobody outside Cincinnati thought the Bengals would be here. Let's be honest.
True. They've gone all right. You know, the Packers were my favorite going into it. I thought for sure they were going to win. So the 49ers definitely surprised me in the playoffs. But, yeah, other than that, them and the Bengals, I think most of my picks have been decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got some viewers have comments here from the General in Calgary watching on YouTube. He says, come on up to Cowtown, Cam. Look forward to seeing you sack some quarterbacks this summer. Jack's watching in Vulcan, Alberta. Hey, Cam, I look forward to meeting you at training camp. I love the way you play the game. Welcome to Cowtown. Let's get it. From Wayne in Victoria, congrats, Cam, and good luck this year, except for when you play the Riders. LOL. Hey, you always are going to hear from the Rider fans. Did you hear from any in this free agent period?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll get messages from them all the time. And, you know, it's definitely a great feeling, you know, that they appreciate my time there and what I did over there. So, you know, the fan base, you know, they always hold a special place in my heart. You know, they always reaching out, sending positivity and encouragement. So I'm always thankful for that.
How would you recap or characterize your time in Saskatchewan? Because as far as I was concerned, it was a special time. You were drafted there. You played for Jones. You were part of one of the greatest linebacking corps I think this team's had in my time. What do you think about when you think about your time in Saskatchewan?
I just think about having a lot of fun. You know, I got back to really having fun when I played football in Regina, and so yeah, those are probably the biggest things I take away. You know, the year I think we had 13 return touchdowns and 18, you know, things like that will just always stick with me.
Do you ever look back and think, how did we not win a Grey Cup?
Sometimes, yeah. Occasionally I'll get caught up on it, but, you know, I've still got time to win one.
Oh, you got lots of time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, many would say that you're just getting into the prime of your career based on your age. You were saying you were 27. You know, Jones and I are good friends. And Jones always said, the guys you want are in their late 20s because you're over the rookie mistakes. But you're not so old that you get hurt, right? You're right in the prime of your career. And I guess Calgary, you felt would give you the best opportunity to do that?
Yeah, I did feel so. Yeah, I was talking to Dickie and stuff, and yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm just entering into the prime. I just turned 27 like 2-3 months ago. So yeah, I think I'm really just getting started, and my best football is still ahead of me.
Oh man, that's saying something. Then if you did, or if that's the case, which I could see. How long do you think you're going to play? Or do you look at things that way?
You know, I don't really have a set, goal in mind. I just want to play, you know, as long as I'm having fun, as long as I'm still going hard every play. I said that to my brother the other day. The day I start loafing, you know, just save my legs is probably the day I would retire.
Right.
So just as long as I'm out there having fun, able to go hard and enjoying it, and can make a team.
Well, one thing with you is you've always been very fun to watch, and the other thing about you is you've always come on this show. You've always given me the time of day, and for that, I really appreciate it. Good luck with everything. I'm going to be in Calgary. I'll be watching you, so thanks for coming down. Congrats on the deal.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot for having me out.
Cameron Judge of the Calgary Stampeders. On the way, we'll talk more Super Bowl. Dan Moriarty joining us from Burst Trainings. You're watching on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports talk at rodpedersen.com. Back after this.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Shaquille O'Neal is returning to the city where he helped the Lakers win 3 straight championships. This time, Shaq, who moonlights as DJ Diesel, will host his carnival-themed Shaq's Funhouse, his upcoming event, which features performances by Lil Wayne. Shaq said he wants to bring Funhouse back with a splash, where several attractions will be built, including a human claw machine, Ferris wheel, and 80-foot slide.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is, and Super Bowl festivities are well underway. Ricky the Iguana is here, repping the show. That was down at Venice Beach. Muscle Beach, as they say. Welcome to Hour 2 of the program, everybody. We are live from the Westin LAX International Los Angeles Airport. It's Thursday of Super Bowl week coverage here on the RP Show, presented by PCL Construction. And in seconds, we'll be joined by the Hall of Famer himself, Damon Allen. Damon's at a golf. As a matter of fact, you want to go now? Damon's at a golf tournament, right? So we'll talk about the Edmonton Oilers firing Dave Tippett after our chat with DA. I don't want to keep him any longer than we have to. The official spokesman, CFL ambassador from BetRegal.ca. DA's here. DA, I heard you were at a golf tournament. It looks like you were in your office. What is going on, man?
No, I'm back at home. The golf tournament was yesterday, and so I was excited about doing this show on Thursday, so that's why you got me this morning. But this evening, I'm going to a Cal State Fullerton Hall of Fame induction, and you would be surprised who's going in that played in the CFL into the Cal State Fullerton Hall of Fame induction. So
I'm assuming you're already in there. Yeah, Mike Pringle? I'm assuming you're in. Is it Pringle?
Bing, 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 bing. You won an award.
What do I win?
Yes.
A free Bet Regal hat?
I'm not sure if he knows. I'm not sure if he knows that I'm attending tonight, but I'm definitely going to attend because not only he's alumni, but he played in the CFL, and we had many games competing against one another. So I'm excited about supporting him tonight in Fullerton.
Well, I tell you what, listen, DA, there was a time the three best skilled players in the CFL all came from that. You were in the league at the same time, came from Cal State Fullerton. Yourself, Pringle, and I want to say, was it Alan Pitt? Who was the big receiver in the
Alan
CFL
Pitt.
that came out of Cal?
Yeah. At one time, we were the record holders at our positions all at one time. And so, yeah, I'm very proud of that. And only thing that's not so proud of that we don't have a football program anymore. But that means all our records won't be broken either.
That's the silver lining of the whole deal. So listen, so you're coming out to Super Bowl. Is that what I got right? You're coming to L.A.?
Oh, I'm in California, and so I'm trying to figure out, what events I'm going to go to. The Super Bowl. I mean, it's, over the last few years, I haven't attended much Super Bowls due to the fact because I'm always usually in Canada doing a Super Bowl party or attending one, and so it's the same for me. I enjoy watching it on TV and being among friends, and not necessarily be at the game, but I definitely will be watching.
Okay, excellent. We got it all sorted here now. And I realized this years ago. I don't go to the Grey Cup games either. I've been to 20 Grey Cup weeks, but I haven't been to 20 Grey Cup games. I don't need to go. I've seen enough football. I go and do my work, and I go home, and that's what I'm going to start doing.
I definitely go to the Grey Cup game. I definitely go to the Grey Cup games because of there's a lot of things that I have the opportunity to do during Grey Cup week. And, now with being an ambassador of Bet Regal, this year was the first time that we had some events during Grey Cup week. And so it was a great time. And I'm proud to be a part of Bet Regal and an ambassador and still being involved in the CFL. And so still excited about that opportunity, knowing that in April, it's going to be wide open. Single betting and all those things will be open to Canada.
Well, you and I can speak to this. We're both so pleased and proud to be involved with Bet Regal. They're our daddy, exclusive betting partner of the show, the CFL, yourself, yeah. Matt Dunnigan, Bernie Nichols, the ambassadors. And I will talk a little bit about the betting portion of this, but I got to say this. 2013 Grey Cup, yourself, your brother, Don Narcisse, George Reed, and me doing that Champions Breakfast. Remember that? It was like minus 52. I thought Marcus was going to die. Has he talked about that? Has he talked about that since?
Well, we always talked about that because the one thing you can't be underdressed, coming to that kind of weather. And I think the funniest thing I think we've seen from my brother is, and we were doing an event, speaking engagement, the next Monday after the Grey Cup, and so he ended up going to Toronto a lot earlier after the event because he took a car, right across the street to where he needed to be, and it was so cold out there. He didn't bring enough clothes, and so at the end of the day, I mean, he's not used to, being in a country where you have to prepare for all four seasons and dress appropriately. So he was in and out. Like
I was standing there.
Hours.
I was standing there. They said, the event is across the street, Marcus. And he goes, my contract says I need a car to pick me up. And they're like, it's across the street. Marcus
That's right.
Like, yep. Where's my car?
Absolutely.
Hey, I got to ask you how it felt to be with the Raiders organization this year after what your brother had accomplished with the Raiders. It seemed like a real nice fit there. How was the experience?
The experience was amazing. When you get into the back end and you see how training camp operates, and I mean, there's a lot of things that's no different than a CFL training camp. But I think what you recognize is the resources that they have. And I always question, like, I don't know how you can't be a great football player with all the resources they have to their disposal and to go out there and perform. But the coaching aspect, behind the scenes, being in the staff meetings when they're talking about players, being in the offensive meeting when we discussing, offensive strategy and what went on during the practice. It was amazing. I really felt I was in my element. It really brought the spirit of football back to me in a sense. And it was something that, I mean, my hope was, that I get an opportunity to stay for the whole year. But I think a lot of times too is, the Raiders never kept any intern. I believe over the 20 years they've had the situation, the Bill Walsh program, and then at the same time, the last 3 or 4 days they were trying to keep me. But I think what Gruden had told me was that they would have to release some people in their organization to be able to keep me. And with that said, I don't think they were prepared to do all that. But I did feel I was in my element. I had a great time, being around Carr and Marcus Mariota and Nate Peterman. They were a joy to work with. They took advice from me. They asked a lot of questions. One of the questions they asked was, how did you play for 23 years in the CFL and things like that. But, I got along with all the coaches, and I had the ability to speak football, my thoughts, and, offensive schemes. I didn't have a problem picking up what they were doing.
Well, as you know, everything happens for a reason, and in the end, everybody's gone. Probably wasn't a place that you wanted to be. So you're here representing Bet Regal. Folks, right now, if you use the promo code RP56 at betregal.ca, sign up right now. You'll get 56 welcome dollars to bet on Super Bowl 56 this weekend. DA, I was just going to Bet Regal right now to get the line. Last I looked, it was Rams by 4. How are you feeling about the line and the matchup on Sunday?
Well, you have to believe the Rams are favored. They're playing at home, and so they're going to have the home crowd, I believe. And understanding, there's, when you have perfect matchups, might be one of the best matchups that for the Rams and how you want to prepare for a team. It's the perfect scenario for the Rams. For the Rams, they can't take the Cincinnati Bengals lightly because this is a team that's young. They don't know any better. And they're going to play hard for 4 quarters. And they're going to believe they can win if they keep the game close. And so that's the situation that the Rams have to deal with, playing with a young, confident team, with a young quarterback that don't know any better and not worried about pressure. But for the Rams, I know they want to run the football. And when you run the football, that means you have to play man-to-man defense. And with their receiving core, Odell Beckham and the their other receiver who led the league in catches
Cooper
this
Kupp.
year, if you get them in a one-on-one situation, that means they're going to run the football, play action, throw the ball to their best receivers, and then the other side, the Cincinnati Bengals, they throw the football. They're facing one of the best front fours in the National Football League. So. And against Tennessee, Cincinnati gave up, 9 sacks in a game, and they still won. And so I think this situation will be a much different. They're playing against one of the best D linemen in the game today, and then they have a pretty good partner with them, Von Miller. They're coming after the quarterback, and I think they're shopping at the big. And so I think the scenario and why they're favored, I'm surprised that the amount of points are not more. It should be at least 7 because it seems like everyone's picking the Rams to win.
I'm taking the Rams by double digits to win this football game. And before I let you go, DA, you are a 4-time Grey Cup champion, as you know, 87, 93, 2000, and 2004. Please tell me, because this is my first Super Bowl, and I'm seeing that it's not entirely different than the CFL and the Grey Cup. It's just to scale with the events and everything. At the end of the day, is it just a game on Sunday, or are these championship games different? And what I mean is it'll come down to who makes the less mistakes, who turns the ball over the most, or the least will win, or is it different? Is a championship game different than any given Sunday the rest of the year? Did we lose him? Did he freeze? Oh, what happened? Is he going to hit refresh? Tell me what's going on. Oh, hanging on the edge of my seat with the answer to that. Damon Allen, because I still think, as I sit here and look at the interviews and the stats and the numbers, I'm like, this is just a football game. Then maybe it's not just a football game. Come Sunday, Super Bowl 56. And by the way, if you just joined us, Damon Allen is the CFL ambassador for BetRegal.ca, along with Matt Dunnigan, where if you sign up right now this week with the promo code RP56, you will get $56 welcome dollars from BetRegal. Sign up and create an account and stick around with us. Are we saying goodbye to DA or what? Or am I going to jump into a sports update here? I'm not done talking to him. I always love my chats with Damon Allen. For a time, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but then we got our next live guest, so we won't. We might have to say goodbye to DA. Sports update, 4 more medals for Canada at the Beijing Games. Elliot Grandin of Ste. Marie, Quebec, took silver in the men's snowboard cross, finishing behind Austria's Alessandro Amerli in a photo finish. Canadian speed skating star Isabel Weideman won silver in the women's 5,000 meters. Jack Crawford claimed bronze in men's alpine combined, and the mixed aerials team added another bronze to raise Canada's medal total to 12. Hockey Hall of Famer Martin St. Louis makes his debut behind the bench when the Montreal Canadiens host the Washington Capitals tonight. St. Louis was hired as Montreal's interim coach after Dominique Ducharme, who led the Habs to the Stanley Cup Finals last year, was relieved of his duties yesterday. This morning in Edmonton, Dave Tippett fired as head coach of the Oilers, replaced by their minor league affiliate head coach. What's his name? Jordan Woodcroft? Jeff Woodcroft? We don't even know who this guy is. Jay Woodcroft. Oh, he's the new coach of the Edmonton Oilers. You've got Glenn Gulletson on the bench. You don't want to hire him. Or Larry Playfair. What is going on in Edmonton? The sports update for Ballers Rec Room. Check out our brand new line of games for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store, and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. Please, guys, give my regards to Damon Allen. Sorry that the screen froze up. We'll bump into him here, though, with Super Bowl week. When we come back, Dan Moriarty. You know him. Can I still say the star of NHL Cool Shots? Yes, please. Thank you. Dan's here now from Burst Trainings. And Barry Long from Go Long coming up live here, too. Weston LAX is the place to be. Our Los Angeles Super Week coverage brought to you by Pro Construction Limited, PCL. You're watching on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, Or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
It's another beautiful day in the site of Super Bowl 56, Southern California. We're broadcasting live from the Westin LAX Airport Hotel. Just want to tell you that promotional consideration for the RP Show brought to you by Tough Tribe for Men. It's made the road trip, everybody, to Los Angeles. Tough Tribe for Men hair product contains aloe vera, botanicals, and antioxidants, traditionally known for their scalp and hair benefits. We are part of the clean beauty industry. Welcome to Clean Beauty for Men. Available today at toughtribeformen.com. That's the number 4, toughtribeformen.com, and Amazon Canada. I feel like Dan Moriarty from NHL Cool Shots and Burst Training. We should have samples to hand out to everybody for Tough Tribe for Men. With that flow you got going.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
I'm losing my hair. It's getting gray.
Bring it back.
My wife says, don't color it. Just stay gray. I'm like, thanks, honey.
You don't age, though. I got to say you don't age.
You're very kind. Thank you, Rod. I'm trying. You know what it is? It's the sun you're experiencing right now. It was 84 degrees yesterday. Sorry, Canada. I'm not sure what that is Celsius. Hold on. Minus 30.
What is it, Moose?
Minus 30. 55.
I've never figured that out.
Cut it in half.
29.
29.
Celsius.
Yeah, okay. Okay. That's what I heard you. Take 30 off, then cut it in half, and you get Celsius.
You're in L.A., born and raised?
No, I'm from Massachusetts, born and raised.
How long you been here?
I've been out here for over 30 years now.
And see why you stayed.
Why leave? Seriously, yesterday was February 9th, Rod, and it was 84 degrees here. Why would I go anyplace else? My friends back in New York, it's miserable. I'm not going back.
I know.
Why?
And everybody here is happy. Unless they're driving.
Unless we're in traffic. And then we're miserable.
How far was it for you to get up here today?
I spoke to Clark this morning when I had a job this morning, virtual training job. I said, look, I'm done at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. I'll get there right away. It could be an hour, it could be 20 minutes. Boom, 20 minutes I got here, no time
luck.
at all.
It's a God shot.
It's all luck. All luck. But it was perfect because it was a beautiful day, and I just drove down to come talk.
Oh, I appreciate
sports.
it. Yeah, everything's been lining up for us all week long, and I really appreciate it. So, but what I love about this is when our guests interact or interject, and you had a moment with Cam Judge.
I did.
Tell me about that. Hour 1, Calgary Stampeders linebacker Cam Judge, UCLA Bruin. Tell me about it.
Well, one, when I found out he went to UCLA, I get perked because I coached for 3 years the UCLA club hockey team. So I have an affinity to UCLA. Fine. 2, then I find out he's from Thousand Oaks, which is right over the hill from Malibu, and he went to Oaks Christian. Well, Oaks Christian is one of the prominent, wonderful private high schools here in Southern California. And I said, well, didn't Gretzky's kid go there? He goes, oh, yeah, Gretzky's kid was my quarterback one year. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, he was my quarterback one year. I said, how about Will Smith? Oh, yeah, I played with him one year, too. So Will Smith's kid, Gretzky's kid, and Darren, there was somebody else I recall.
Montana's kid?
Joe Montana's kid was there for 1 year when Cameron was there as well. This is who's who. And I said, who else? He goes, others I can't name. Because it's Hollywood, it's L.A., you're in the valley. Again, you're near Calabasas, which is Kardashian country, right over the hill from Malibu, which is Kardashian country. And so he played high school football with Gretzky's son, Will Smith's son, and Joe Montana's son. There, Cameron. Boom.
Yeah, well, this kid has been in the CFL since I think at least 2016, maybe 2017, and those stories have never come up. You got it out of him in about 60 seconds at the most.
I used to do
That's
that.
what you do.
I used to do that. That was my job on Cool Shots for 8 years. I had to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So I had to find those little nuggets.
Can I ask you how often NHL Cool Shots comes up in your life?
It comes up on a weekly to monthly basis. Obviously, it's no longer on. What comes up most, and I'm in LA, so it doesn't come up around here. When I go to Canada, it comes up all the time. And also, the big thing now online is the series Pioneers that I did, the 13 Pioneers, Gretzky, not Gretzky, Gordy to Lindsay to Makita, et cetera, to Beliveau. And unfortunately, they're all passing away. So that comes up often virtually. And then I did a show called Relive the Magic, which I sat down with a player or two and watched their Stanley Cup. And it came up again recently when Clark Gillies passed, because I did one relive with Clark and Bobby Nystrom in Bobby's house on Long Island. So it came up then. And in fact, right now, my former executive, Ken Rosen, and I have pitched the NHL. We may trying to rebirth on Relive the Magic, bringing in a young star, it's like a Trevor Zegras here in Anaheim, and finding out, okay, Trevor, who was your idol growing up? And he said, Patrick Kane. Okay, let's find a way to put Trevor and Patrick together, watching one of Patrick's games when Trevor was little. Of course, I'd go back to Game 6 in Philadelphia when Pat put that puck in the net in overtime and won the game in Philadelphia. No one knew the goal was in except for Patrick Kane. So we're finding things like that, and the NHL is warming up to it to see if we can go back and do that again as well.
Well, I'm fascinated by getting the lay of the land. I mean, I've been to L.A. many times, but never spent this much time here, I don't think. And it's just interesting that they say the Kings fans really know the game because they've been here since the 60s.
Right.
The Ducks fans don't know it as well, but it is what it is. But Jared Stoll sat in that chair on Tuesday, and he goes, I could sit and talk hockey all day. I don't get to do it here.
Yeah.
And for a Canadian, it's very hard for me to realize that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all we talk about at home.
But keep in mind, Erin Andrews, as famous as she is, she began her career in Tampa with the Lightning. So she's a hockey background as well. And Jared Stoll, you mentioned him off air. I had one season after Cool Shots. I was on Fox West here with the LA Kings, and it was the year before they won the Cup. Nice timing, Dan. The year before they won the Cup. And the great thing about being the sideline reporter, pregame, postgame, I have to go to the locker room, and whenever they had a defeat, and of course, Coach Sutter, who I'm so happy with his success right now in Calgary, great guy, great conversation. When I had a loss, who do I get? And Jared Stoll was always the guy who said, Dan, I'm always here for you. He really took care of me. And he said, look, make sure I get interviewed when we win as well. I said, I got you. I'll definitely feel it. But on a bad defeat, he took the leadership role in that locker room, went on camera live for the Fox Sports West fans here in L.A. And again, stand-up guy, great guy. And I could talk hockey with Jared Stoll forever.
You see, I'm not exactly falling off my chair here.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy that he is.
He is. He's just a great, and I'm glad he's with the Kings now. I'm glad he's with the company. I'm glad he's doing on-camera work with them. And maybe he's taking lessons at home from Aaron.
Must be.
You know, and he doesn't have to pay for them.
No, not at all. Yeah, maybe make breakfast or something. You came with a copious amount of notes.
I did, not knowing where you're going to go, Rod. I just got notes.
Clearly you're following the NHL very closely, so the news of the day, like Montreal firing Dominic Ducharme, is so old news.
Yeah, that was, 12 hours ago? Right. Maybe 24?
Dave Tippett out in Edmonton. He's got an LA connection.
Now, that I heard this morning on the way here.
Yeah.
I had the NHL Network radio on. I heard Dave Tippett. It's like, oh, not surprised. Not his fault. I looked up the statistics in the last couple of days before I came on here, and I do the same. When you look at the stars and who the stars are, the top two stars from each team, when they're on the ice and not on the ice, Edmonton ranks in the bottom 10. They've had no shutouts this year. None.
Didn't surprise me.
That tells me there's more than that. And when I look at the standings, Rod, and it's the same thing every year. We know the Eastern Conference top 8 are set. They're set. The bottom, the Western Conference, I think they're set as of right now. And Edmonton's on the outside looking in, because when you look at the goal differential, positive green, negative red, those top 8 are always the same. And when it gets to the halfway point of the season, where we are right now, those top 8 seem to always get in. because 9th right now in goal differential. Edmonton, you've got to shore up your goaltending pretty quickly. Marc-Andre Fleury, did I say that out loud? And
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you say the same thing?
Well, and Braden Holtby, one of the two, but would be better than what they have.
It would be. The thing is, though, will Dallas get rid of Holtby now? Because Dallas is still on that cusp in the Western Conference. And Joe Pavelski, after what he did in the All-Star game, is my hero. Joe Pavelski, 37 years old. And I don't know if you watched some of the All-Star.
I was traveling here.
Okay, they did that game out on the street someplace, 21, and they're shooting pucks at the big
Friday
cards.
night, yeah.
And he's just picking them off like, way to go, Joe. Show these young guys what a stud you are. Even though he tips in most of his goals, he was just picking them off, getting 20. I was like, way to go, Joe Pavelski. Another guy who could be on the trade deadline to pick up someplace. He's in his third year.
Like you said, it's going to depend on where Dallas is. Right.
Yeah. But I think you're right. Holtby, Pavelski, these are guys who could move. Fleury's going to move someplace. So I think Edmonton. I also think now that Tuukka Rask is gone, he looks good in those colors already when he was in Pittsburgh. Could Fleury be going to Boston, back to where I come from, or could he go back to Pittsburgh?
He should go somewhere.
He's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The season that he's had, like his numbers have been so bad. I think, like I've been around sports a long time, like yourself, Dan. He could be playing with a broken heart with what happened in Vegas.
Yeah.
He was the face of the franchise.
He won
and
the
got
Vezina.
run out of town.
He won the Vezina last year.
Yeah.
The Vezina Trophy. He was the top goalie in the NHL. And you're right. He got run out of town, broken heart, and one of the best smiles and best interviews and best people in the National Hockey League. And usually, you and I, knowing the sports world, goalies aren't always that approachable.
No.
They're different.
They're nuts. I was one.
Okay. There you go.
I don't mind saying it.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to put those pads on, which look cool, by the way. I wore them playing street hockey.
That's why we wore them in the first place.
I wore them in street hockey. I didn't wear them on the ice. And they look cool, but when a puck's coming at your head 80 to 100 miles an hour, and blades and sticks in front of you, you've got to have a different cut about you.
I could tell you something. Just pause for a second. I'm a certified recovery coach in, I'm serious, athletes, military, and entertainment. And the vast majority of my clientele is goalies.
Really?
Yeah. And it helps to have been able to say I've faced those shots too.
I was there once.
It helps a lot.
Yeah. Anyways, goaltenders, yeah. Really?
Yeah. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, not at any high level like these guys.
Yeah.
But either you've done it or you haven't.
Yeah.
Right? So beyond that, man, you knew that this would go all over the place.
Go any place you want.
It's amazing.
I'll try and stay with you.
In the National Hockey League for so long, it's always fascinated me. My dad worked for Dallas for 26 years, so I'm familiar with the Sun Belt idea of teams. It's amazing the glare on the 7 Canadian teams versus what there isn't the glare on the 25 in America. Right. It's like that 49th parallel is like a wall, a Berlin Wall.
Because it is.
Why?
And it is, and it's not. You have your original 6. So when I'm in Boston, when I'm in Chicago, when I'm in New York with the Rangers, I get the exact same vibe from the fans that I get when I'm in Canada. I really do. When you come this way, you have a lot of Canadians living in Southern California, a lot of Northeasterners like me living in Southern California. That's why the LA Kings fans are there, and they've been there since the 60s. They're locked in. They know the sport. It's just that you're in LA with the Lakers, the Rams now in the Super Bowl, the Dodgers, etc. They're all here. They take a lot of the juice. But the Kings, when they're winning, like now, and when they won the Cup, the bandwagon was full, overflowing. The Ducks are different because it's a different part of Southern California. Again, they're winning, and so now people are getting on that bandwagon. I find there are a lot of choices. I remember thinking back to the 96 World Cup, the best of 3 between Canada and the U.S. And I watched it, a special again recently, and watching Lou Lamoriello, how he put his team together, and the U.S. players and how they talked about playing Canada. Because Canada, as Theo Fleury says, when we go in, we don't plan on anything but a gold medal. We're Canadians.
Right.
You have to knock us off. Well, in Canada, that's the one sport. I tell when I was on the radio like you, Rod, I would say to the American audience, look, if you put the passion of American football, American baseball, American soccer, and American basketball all together, you will not match the passion of hockey in Canada. And someone said to me once, if you go through our neighborhood, Dan, I think pretty much 1 out of 6, it's like the Kevin Bacon 6 people removed or whatever it is. Everyone here is 6 people removed from an NHL person. And that's just our sport. It's how we live it. Rod, you have a hockey player on your $2 bill.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have a single athlete on any bill in America. You just don't have it. That's the passion that I try and get the people to understand. And so, yeah, is it different? Yeah, it's tougher. Yeah. Philip Zito told me a long time ago when I was interviewing him, look, the reason I went to Tampa, I thought I had a place there. Half the year, there's Canadians in Tampa. They're all around that area. They all play golf there. And you see it now. The bandwagon's full. And Tampa, who I chose early in the season, I think they're going to three-peat.
Yeah, you did say that.
And
thanks for reminding me. Of course you were going to remind me.
I had to remind you. I think they're going to repeat. They're going to repeat because here's what I think, Rod. We have a couple seconds left.
Yeah.
I think they're going to repeat for this reason. Because the Olympics are not happening for the NHL players. I think if I read 7 or 8 countries were represented by different players on Tampa. They're not going halfway around the world to Beijing. 3 extra weeks of hockey that other guys are going to be taking off. They're playing the same amount of games, 82 like everybody else. They have the time to rest and not go to Beijing. And therefore, because they played the last 2 seasons deep to the final game of winning the cup, this cancellation, I believe, helped them and Coach Cooper, who was going to be the coach in Canada, immensely to stay refreshed and stay in the NHL mindset.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. They're good guys.
But
no, I don't have a problem with it at all. I'd like to see a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup, but nobody's really lighting the world on fire right now. Might be the Calgary Flames.
Calgary looks fantastic. And I go back to Coach Sutter. I'm happy he's having that success there. And in fact, off camera, when I was working that year with the Kings, just a little sidebar, he would speak hockey extensively. However, when you spoke horses with Coach Sutter, he lit up. So he's happy in Calgary.
The Jolly Rancher. Burst Trainings. Tell me about Burst Trainings.
That is my communication public speaking company. It's what I do for a profession now. I created this company the past couple of years with 2 other coaches. We wrote our own content. We do our own work. We teach, coach, a lot of virtual now, not much live. C-suite, upper management, middle management. Teach teams, teach individuals how to communicate their message, their team's message, their company's message, both to their products, their clients, their vendors, and inside the world of their own company.
It's going well?
It's going extremely well, knock on wood. We were forced to pull a fast one, and COVID came, had to reinvent ourselves. And it's been fantastic. And the content we're doing has been great, and just loving it. Thank you for
You'll always be a success. There's no doubt about that.
You're a good man, Rod. Thank you,
Dan,
sir.
thanks for coming up here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Enjoy the game. We didn't even talk Super Bowl.
We didn't, but you know what? Go Bengals for no reason, just because they're not supposed to win. And I'm an LA guy, and I love the Rams. Just love that.
Barry Long from Go Long joins us next. It's our Super Week coverage brought to you by PCL Pro Construction Limited. We're live from the Westin LAX International Airport Hotel, and you're watching on the Game Plus Television Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big, and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. And big time, big time, big time, big time.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
RP Show continues from Los Angeles. Our Super Week coverage is brought to you by PCL Limited. Very big day in sports, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But first, about PCL, the flexibility to mobilize the right people to deliver unique construction solutions, an unwavering focus on delivering value to your business bottom line, and the capability to leverage innovation to meet emerging challenges and keep you at the fore. This is PCL. Powered by our culture of ownership. I got to read this. This is the biggest news of the day in our world. It seems Ken Holland has had a change of heart, with the Edmonton Oilers mired in a 5-game losing skid at a stretch that saw them lose 11 of 13 games in January. Holland dismissed suggestions head coach Dave Tippett was on the hot seat a month ago. He said, "I don't believe in it." A month ago. This morning, the Oilers fired Dave Tippett. After beginning the season 16-5, the Oilers went 7-13-3. Dave Tippett out in Edmonton. We'll come around on that, but we welcome Barry Long now to the program from Go Long. I got to tell you what a thrill it is to get down here and meet all you guys face to face. By the way,
yeah, you're taller in person than I originally.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, because you're behind that desk.
I guess so.
I'm shorter in person, I imagine.
I don't judge. I'm just happy to see you. And this guy, listen, let's just talk about, we got 20 minutes here, how we got to be friends.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, neither am I. I mean, I know it has something to do with Sage.
Yes.
Shout out to Sage Alvarez. I know it has something to do with Twitter.
Yeah, and the XFL Markcast. Sage was buddies with those guys that do the XFL Markcast, Reed Johnson and crew, and Paul. And here we are. Yeah. And I was on your show. Tell the folks about your show, what you got going on there.
It's called Go Long Live, and basically it's an hour-long podcast, but it's TV made, and we're looking to launch on a major network eventually. But we just talk about the today's top stories and events in sports. Like to make fun of a lot of people and give our take.
It's very similar to what we're doing.
Yes.
But it's in podcast form.
Yes. And you had me on your show.
That's right. Yeah, you were on talking Dodgers.
Yeah, and I was sweating like Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what was the deal with that?
Nervousness.
Come on. What are you nervous
I'm a little more seasoned now, Rod Pedersen, but usually when people say Barry Long's coming up next, it goes to like a black screen. It's a podcast. But this one went to a Toyota commercial. I was like, okay, we're really on TV.
Big time here. Game Plus Television, of course. Now, okay, so now we got that out of the way. I will ask in a minute what your Super Bowl week is, but let's just go back to yesterday.
Okay.
You talked me and my crew in to Radio Row, and for that I will forever be in your debt.
Okay.
It is a anthill down there.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers what's going on.
Now, Monday and Tuesday was kind of like just chill.
Radio Row.
You had your big major networks. You had Pat McAfee show, all these other shows. They have their own sets. But in the middle, it's just kind of like a madhouse. You got about 100 tables. Now, in the past, I've heard it's been like 5 or 6 tables. But since it's L.A., it's just glitz and glamour, but it wasn't a madhouse Monday or Tuesday. You saw Barry Sanders walking by himself. You're like, what is Barry Sanders doing here on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m.? But on Wednesday, it quintupled. Okay, as far as how many people were there, it was about 10 times more people there. Celebrities walking by, people yelling. There's shows here, shows there. But it is absolutely incredible. It is a heaven for anybody who is in the career field that we chose.
I don't know what you said, but I wasn't getting in, and you just went and said something?
If I told you what I said, I'd have to kill you, Rod.
Okay, well, it worked.
How about that?
It worked. So the one thing that you tell me if I've read this wrong. When I got into L.A. on Saturday, a lot of the talk around the NFL had to do with the Brian Flores situation, the racism and tanking allegations, and then by Monday night, Tuesday morning, it flipped around to the game.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. Did you sense that morph, and now it's all about the game?
I feel like it's all about the game right now. We're not really. Brian Flores is kind of on the back burner right now. There was a news about certain retirements that came up. They tried to offer the news out to the public on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday to where it wouldn't outshine the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl. But yeah, I feel like the NFL world is all focused on the game right now since we're so close to it.
And then the other thing is, listen, I came in as a Rams fan.
And now you're a Bengals fan?
Right. Well, the Cincinnati people have just, come on in. Here's a shirt. Here's a pass. Here's a bunch of souvenirs. How do you not? I can be bought, Barry. I don't know about you.
I can't be bought.
And it's hard to not like this Bengals team.
Oh, my goodness. It is so hard to not like that. Joe Burrow, I had one of those little thermometers that they check when you walk in the door, and I had to check myself, and I was like, okay, I don't have a fever. I just have Burrow fever.
He's good with this.
I love Burrow. Oh, my goodness, I love Joe Burrow. He smokes cigars. Thank you, Clark. He smokes cigars after wins. He's like 22, 23. Who smokes cigars at 22, 23 besides Michael Jordan? He's just got so much self-awareness, and he's just so confident. And, he does things that other guys would probably be criticized for, like, oh, he's corny. Not Joe Burrow. Everything Joe Burrow does is cool. And on top of that, he wins. Who gets sacked 9 times in a game and still pulls out that victory?
Apparently there was only one other quarterback, and I can't remember who it was, in NFL playoff history. Do you?
Not off the top of my
Maybe
head.
it was Montana. I'm not sure. It's gone back a long
If it was
ways.
anybody, it probably was Joe Montana.
Yeah. But this is the thing about Burrow. I don't hold out any delusions of being around him this week, other than the fact that I was invited to the Bengals walkthrough on Friday, but I'm like, I've been to enough walkthroughs in my life. I don't need to do that. But there are very few athletes, Barry, and you've been around athletes a lot, that they burn a hole when they look at you.
Yes, I had that experience yesterday.
With?
Ian Book, of all people. Ian Book, he's so compelling. And we saw him get thrown into the game for the Saints, and he really he had 1 week of practice. He's a rookie. His whole family was there to see him. He barely knew the offense, and he got sacked a lot. It was a rough night for him. One of the roughest in NFL debuts. But talking to him yesterday, he's so compelling, and he just has those eyes that just burn through you. Just deep eye contact. He's a good-looking guy, but he's just so articulate. And that was my guy. That was one of the most memorable interviews I've done out of all the people. The Miz, Trey Wingo yesterday. But Ian Book of all people.
Tell me, Michael Irvin's the biggest name that's walked through there.
Yes, he is. Michael Irvin's walking through there. He has an entourage. I saw Brandon Marshall walk through. He had a bigger entourage, but Michael Irvin is like you've got to pull him to the side to get a picture with Michael Irvin. You were fortunate enough to get that.
I wasn't leaving till I got it. I stalked him,
and he knows who he's self-aware too. He shows up and he knows that
smiling.
Yeah,
he's a showman.
He is a showman. He's the playmaker.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Barry and I are going to talk hockey when we come back. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
let's do it.
We are live from the West in LAX. It's going by so fast. Our final segment, Overtime's coming up, and we'll sprinkle in some Taco Time viewer takeover, too, because it is Thursday, and Thursdays buy one, get one half off at Taco Time in the 120-plus locations across Canada. You're watching the RP Show live from Super Bowl on Game Plus TV, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Gotta shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
It is overtime, and you are looking inside the LA Convention Center and the NFL experience. Only $20. We'll get you in there. I see all your comments, everybody. I see you people. I'm not sure I can get to them all because I want to talk to Barry. They all got questions for you, Barry.
Well,
but I got my questions for you.
Shoot.
It's been 30-plus years. We're just talking about the business here in the break. I said everybody wants to start out in this broadcasting business going live from Super Bowl. It's taken me 34 years to get to Super Bowl, okay?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying every single second of it. But I'll tell you, you got your Kings hat on.
Yeah.
Is that just... is that for me or...
No, I'm a Kings fan. No, I'm not the biggest. I don't dive that deep into hockey because it's America. I mean,
right.
But I do love my hockey. And out of all the sporting events that I would go to live, I grew up, loving baseball. It's my favorite sport. going to basketball games. Football games were a little harder to track when I was a kid because if you're sitting, you think you got a good seat when you're at the end zone, but when the action is all the way down there and you don't have Jim Nantz in your ear telling you what's going on and narrating the game. Yeah, but the most incredible live sporting event I've ever been to is hockey games, hockey matches, hockey, whatever you want to call them. But the hockey, it's just, and what sport do they just let you just throw your gloves off and just fight?
Lacrosse, that's it, but I won't even start on that. They do more of that in lacrosse than hockey, but it's interesting because Cam Judge, CFL linebacker from UCLA, was sat in that chair in hour one, and he said the same thing. Best live sport, hockey.
Best live.
Because I don't watch it much on television. The viewers want to talk about the game.
The game.
Wayne in Victoria says Joe Burrow is such an up-and-coming quarterback in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. Tacona Powley in Winnipeg says, does Barry know the other Barry Long?
Yes, I do know the other Barry Long, the philosopher, the spiritual.
I was going to say, who?
Yes, I do. I follow him. I'm Barry Long the second. My father's Barry Long the first, but that is also Barry Long the first. The famous Barry Long the first.
And there was the two Barrys on Radio Row the other day, Barry Long and Barry Sander.
Yeah, I put that up.
I saw it.
And you know what? The thing about my name is spelled, if you're from New York, you pronounce it Barry, okay?
Right.
Yeah, but out here they spell my name Berry. I'm not a raspberry. I'm not a strawberry.
They say it right out here? Barry.
I am a half blackberry.
Barry. Rams by 4 is the line from our exclusive betting partner, BetRegal.ca.
I like it.
You taking it?
I'm taking it all the way. Taking it to the bank.
What do you I got Rams by double digit.
I want 11 points, maybe. I mean, I think when you talk about that offense and just how prolific it is, and Cooper Kupp can't be stopped, and then you got Odell Beckham on the other side. Matthew Stafford he's money when the game is on the line, but I don't think that the game will be on the line. Honestly, I love Burrow. I love how far they've come, but this is just Sean McVay's been there. He's lost. He's experienced Radio Row. It's a lot when you're going for the first time. Your eyes are wide open. Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor, the coach, these guys are all young. So this would be a good experience for them. But Sean McVay's been here. They lost. Matt Stafford's been waiting all his life for this moment. And I just feel like the Rams, they're sleeping in their own beds. You know, they're waking up, at home feeling well. And you guys are not sleeping in your own beds, but you guys are put up in a nice hotel.
Feel like we're at home.
If I told you where I booked.
Don't want to know.
Don't want to know. But I will tell you this. You try to look for the cheapest room. I almost booked a room near Skid Row. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious. Thank God, because I would have went from literally Radio Row straight to Skid Row. And that wouldn't have been great.
I'm sure you wouldn't be the first. But
I got a nice room. I got a pretty nice room right down.
I'll pick this up in a second. But first, I want to tell the folks that the Kinsman Telemiracle online 50-50 raffle is live right now. Barry wouldn't know about it, but it's a wonderful Saskatchewan tradition. It is all proceeds going to the Kinsman Foundation. They help people every day improve their quality of life with independence and mobility gifts and medical travel assistance. We all know somebody who's had to travel out of province. Kinsman will step in and help you out with that, but not without events like the Kinsman Online 50-50 raffle. So it's live now, telemiracle.com. All proceeds staying in Saskatchewan and part of Telemiracle 46, which is coming your way in March. The draw for this will be March the 2nd. Tickets can be purchased by anybody 19 years of age and over, and you also have to be physically in the province of Saskatchewan. You see the totals going up. I see a lot of you have bought tickets in the last 24 hours. We need you to buy more. We're actually flying by, Moose. We're 2 weeks into this thing. We got a little over 2 weeks to go. Purchase your tickets today at telemiracle.com. By the way, the rock star of the day for Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions yesterday was Mo Egger of ESPN 1530 Cincinnati. Today, you'll be voting on Barry Long. What else did I write down? Dan Moriarty or Cam Judge. All stars here today. Stars. Sorry to interrupt your Super Bowl chat, but I had to talk about Kinsman Telemiracle there, of course. I just think I was on the radio in Ottawa yesterday. They were getting my take on this Super Bowl matchup, and I had compared it to some hockey and football playoffs that I've been a part of. Sometimes the first round is the hardest to win. It's not always, but then you smash everybody the rest of the way. And for the Rams, They didn't smash the 49ers, but I just feel like this is a speed bump for them in the Super Bowl. I really do. I wouldn't want to tell the Bengals that because they wouldn't want to hear that. But I think what's cool for me is that the Rams were built for this moment. They've come this far, Barry.
Yes,
you know Sean McVay's statement
and
his speech.
Yes. Sean McVay, I mean, this guy's my age, and he's got it all figured out. But
you're 36, are you, Barry?
Yeah, well, I'm close to 36. Don't age me yet. I'm 35, going on 36. But yeah, he's my age basically, and he just feels like he's been coaching forever. He's just such a well-experienced guy. But going to the Super Bowl and losing to Bill Belichick in the manner in which they did, and not being able to score points with their offense that they had against the Patriots. I felt like
that was a lesson.
That was a lesson, and tomorrow he's going to apply the lesson, or Sunday he's going to apply that lesson.
Yeah, I feel bad and slightly dirty talking this way with the way the Cincinnati people have been to us. Look at all the stuff that we've got through them here, raining down.
That's crazy.
I know, but I just think there's something
about this team, this Rams team,
something impressive about it. Again, they were built for this. They're one step away. That's what I'm saying. You could hear Sean McVay's speech before the game. Guys, we got one step left on the ladder. We've come this far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I expect the Bengals. 1 minute of play remaining in the RP show. I expect that they'll go out and like Stafford, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the offensive line for the Bengals is really suspect. Like we mentioned earlier, he got sacked 9 times in that game against the Tennessee Titans. But when you got Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming at you, it's going to be that O-line has got to step up if they want to even have a chance in this game. But I really think that that will be the weakest link for them, and I feel like it's going to be a double-digit victory as well.
Barry, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Rod Pedersen.
All you do. Barry Long, I appreciate you, Barry Long. He always says my full name.
Rod Pedersen, RP, that's my guy.
Yeah, thanks for helping me out yesterday, too.
Thank you, sir.
And enjoy Super Bowl for all that it is.
Okay.
Barry Long from Go Long. Give him a follow on Twitter, Barry Long Radio, right?
Yep.
Thanks to Dan Moriarty, as well as Cam Judge. And we'll see you tomorrow. David Benefield, Randy Grimes will be with us, and Jim Clubber Lang. Noon Eastern right here on Game Plus.